My history with ESP really started like only about a year and a half after I joined KISS. They were a small store, mostly known really for parts, you know, great necks and cool bodies, and I'm checking out the guitars and I was like, this stuff is amazing, you know, can I use some of this, you know. I think it was '86 was the first time I toured with quite a few of the models. They were just regular bolt-on Strat looking guitars with great flip-flop finishes, and Paul Stanley came up with an idea, let's multi-swirl one of them, give it like a really wild, and they would do anything, you know, for me, which was great. I was flattered to be the poster boy on the price guide back in, it was probably around '86 NAMM show. There was a certain era of KISS where you wouldn't see me without a Horizon shape, you know what I mean? And I tell people I play ESP because it's like I also drive a Lexus, you know, I like that. I like that Japanese quality. So I've been 20 years with the company, and I hope to continue on for many more. There's no doubt that a guitar should feel comfortable in your hands, and I found that the shapes of the necks on the majority of the ESP and LTD models are comfortable for me. The fretwork is very well done. That's really important to me. The attention to the detail, the finishes. Usually the weights of the guitars were good too. I don't like very heavy guitars. I didn't find many of the ESPs to be overly heavy, so that was another important thing. I now tour internationally, and if I know the country has a store that can provide me with an ESP or LTD model, you know, I don't have to take a guitar. And that's a sign of consistency and quality. There's certain pickups I prefer, certain hardware that I prefer to use, string gauge, height of my, you know, I don't want the lowest action, some people might think I do, but you give me about 10 minutes with the guitar or a little longer with changing the strings, and I'll get that thing set up and I'll be able to perform with it as if I've owned the guitar for years. The truth is, I really love music and I want it to be performed well. I find that my experience from working with KISS, that's a great highlight of my resume, but in some ways, you know, colors my resume that people don't think I'm capable of doing other things, you know, which thank God I did work with Michael Bolton and Billy Squier and Meat Loaf and so on, so that people know, well, wait a minute, and how does he fit in with Grand Funk, you know what I mean? And obviously I had to be a versatile player. I love that I could fit in with an acoustic solo from a KISS single written by Michael Bolton and Paul Stanley, okay? Or play Bat Outta Hell, you know, from the Meat Loaf album. By the way, the newest version of Bat Outta Hell that's out there for sale now has 2 live tracks of me playing lead guitar from 1979. So go figure, you know, whatever you know me for, I'm happy to be known, you know. Of course, me and John Corabi were the founders of Union. And we went to Australia and Japan and in Europe with Eric Singer. Ironically enough, it's called ESP, which is for the Eric Singer project, no pun intended. But although we did do a big event in Japan, really working with Eric is my way to not have to have Union, but I have John, and we stick a few Union songs in. And we recorded our new live record at the ESP Academy, okay, because ESP owns schools in Japan, of course, in Tokyo. And of course, all the gear provided was by ESP, you know what I mean? That's my experience with ESP, and I think that's why the company's been so successful, and I've been, you know, so pleased. And the consistency for these 20 years have been great.